Where are the 7 Buddhas of Chilbulam? Are they dwelling on a high mountainside in Mount Namsan, Gyeongju? Is it normal practice for pious Buddhist pilgrims to keep on braiding and unbraiding the trail and the babbling stream in one strand on their way to the 7 Buddhas? After at least 1 hour's walk, when you are far from the babbling sound of the stream, you will be given a chance to meet the 7 Buddhas in person. Did you know that when there is a lot of water, the stream likes to mimic the sound of the wind, the showers, and the leaves in order to sound like the voice of Buddhas? The last part of your climb as you approach in the Buddhas is through the tunnel of bamboos. It's so steep that it's easy to believe that the Buddhas want to test your willingness to see them. You'll be out of breath when you enter the temple yard, but the moment you raise your head, you'll wonder how the world came to be so bright and how long it has been like this. Are there any places in Mount Namsan that are not dangerous or slippery? Wherever you go, you always seem to be slipping and sliding on the sandy slopes. And if you catch at the grass for support, the root treacherously come out in your hands. It's a wonder that anyone could choose a location like this on such a slippery mountainside to carve 7 Buddhas into the rocks and to build a monk's quarters and a shrine for the mountain god nearby. Here are the 7 Buddhas. Can you feel your heart pulsing with bliss and solemnity when you look at them? 3 Buddhas are carved on the vertical semicircular rock facing the east. In front of them is a cube-shaped rock with a Buddha engraved on each side. This makes 7 members of this Buddha family in all. Each Buddha has a halo shaped like a huge raindrop around its head and sit or stand or a big lotus flower. Have you ever seen a lotus flower as fresh as this one? Though the lotus flowers on the pedestal are rather stereotyped, they look as if they have just come into bloom a few minutes ago. The sitting Buddhas are seated on steep lotus flowers with their petals mostly facing upward, with or without a cushion. The winding fold of the cushion look really intricate. The chief Buddha is Amitabha Buddha. On his right stands a Bodhisattva of great power and wisdom, holding a bottle of Dharma nectar with which to save mankind. The Bodhisattva of great compassion on his left holds a lotus flower in her right hand. Why do you think the triad of Amitabha Buddha is carved here? It's because of the yearning of the people of Silla for the pure land of the West, where they desired to go either awake or asleep. The chief Buddha sitting cross-legged in the middle resembles the chief Buddha in Sakuram Grotto. His lotus pedestal is leaning a little forward and seems to be giving way under his legs, which are apparently resting naturally on the pedestal. However, closer inspection reveals that this is deceptive. The legs should actually stick out further from the body. This triumph of appearance over reality reveals an ingenious combination of sculpture and painting techniques. Do you think the 2 attendant Bodhisattva sisters with their square faces are alike? In fact, they show typical characteristics of the 8th century Bodhisattva of Silla with their rather square shoulders and short legs. Nevertheless, there is a great difference between them and the well-proportioned beauty of the 11-faced Bodhisattva of great compassion in Sakuram Grotto. The three Buddhas have head halos shaped like huge raindrops, but no body halos. The Buddhas of four sides consist of one Buddha on each side of the rock. They are very stable in their sitting postures, high on the fresh lotus flowers. But each Buddha appears a little different due to the different heights of their seat. Though the four Buddha look similar, the hand gesture varies slightly, depending on the direction in which they are facing. The Buddha on the east side, holding a medicine bowl in his left hand, can be identified as the Buddha of medicine. The Buddha on the west side is presumed to be Amitabha Buddha. But we don't know the names of Buddhas on the south and north side. If the Buddha on the west side is another Amitabha Buddha, this means that the two avatars of the Buddha are facing each other. The gap between the side of the rock and triad is so narrow that it's hard to take a picture of the entire Buddha on the west side. If you wish to go through the two rocks to get a close-up, you may have to ask permission of the temple monk. There is a crack and dark blue stripes of moss along the body of the hidden Buddha that faces west. Why is the Buddha's community so unequal? The group of 7 Buddhas at Chilbulam is the only national treasure among the numerous rock Buddha of Silla. Although these 7 Buddhas are amazing work of art, they don't appear in the Samgung Yusa, whose author monk Irian gathered data on all the Buddhist ruins of Silla. This is a great shame and disappointment, since it means that we can never know the story of how they were created. Min Ju-myeon, who edited Donggyeong Japgi, was also unaware of these Buddhas. It seems that the Buddhas at Chilbulam have shared the fate of Sakuram Grotto, having been forgotten by most people over time. The rock is as white as if it were crafted recently, and as if it hasn't been all that long since the sound of the chisels ceased. It is believed that the 7 Buddhas were once housed in a hole. There are holes in the rocks in which a beam might have been fitted, and pieces of roof tile have been found nearby. On the way down the mountain, you might want to build a house in a corner of your mind. You can then invite the 7 Buddhas to enter along with the following sonorous sound of invocation.